Welcome to Lesson 4 of Fitness and Team Sports, this second quarter, entitled Basic Skills in Futsal. In this lesson, you are expected to execute the skills involved in sports. Specifically, this module will help you to discuss the different skills needed in playing futsal. Appreciate the importance of knowing these skills as essentials to play futsal. Execute the different warm-up exercises used in playing futsal. Futsal is a fast-paced game that requires the application of skills in playing the game. Skills needed in futsal are almost the same with that in soccer. Played with a smaller, heavier ball on a small court-like pitch, futsal places a much larger emphasis on the ability to stay in control of the ball in highly pressurized situations. The following are the basic skills of futsal. Dribbling. The technique used to allow a player to move with the ball in a particular direction without being dispossessed by an opponent. A player with exceptional dribbling skills can keep their eyes up from the ball to think a couple moves ahead and outsmart the opposing team. Dribbling the ball, like juggling, allows a player the comfort of moving with the ball, not just kicking it around. Body control refers to a player's ability to move their body fluidly to optimize balance and coordination. Since body control falls under the category of technique rather than physical fitness, body control refers mostly to correctness of form. Long strides, correct running form, and a low center of gravity are good indications of good body control. Ball reception or trapping skill. It is the act of receiving the ball in futsal. The trapping can be performed with any part of the body eligible by the futsal rules, such as feet, thigh, chest, head, among other parts. The main and most indicated technique for receiving/trapping the ball in futsal is the stepping, which is when the futsal player dominates the ball by stepping on it with the sole of the foot. Ball pass skill on futsal. The act of sending the ball to a teammate. The pass can be performed with any part of the body eligible by the futsal rules, such as the feet, thigh, chest, head, heel. The most used passing skill is performed by touching the ball with the inside of the foot, the so-called pass lead. Passing the ball is a sensational way to develop a player's coordination and to develop their ability to spread out on the futsal court. Often, we see too many players bunching up around the ball, especially at younger ages, and this leads to confusion and a lack of team coordination. Passing the ball against the garage door, back of the house, or against the fence in the back is a perfect way for any young player to get a hold on making clean, crisp passes. Passing the ball opens the doorway to developing a firm, confident foot at a young age. Kick or shooting skill on futsal. The kick on futsal is the act of sending the ball towards the goal or goal of the opposing team with the intention of scoring a goal. The kick can be performed with any part of the body allowed by the rules of the futsal: kick with the inside of the foot, lead, with the instep, back heel, thigh, and head. The best kick is the one that unites precision and strength. Physical requirements and preparation for futsal. Aside from basic futsal skills, to play at a high level, a futsal player needs to have or develop a great capacity of intermittent endurance, repeated sprint ability, leg power, and agility. According to an article about physical and physiological demands in futsal by Nazar, Ali, and McAdam, research shows that many aspects are required to perform at a professional level, including proficiency in repeated sprint ability, anaerobic fitness, shooting and passing skill, agility, and coordination. Physical requirements and preparation for futsal. On a physiological level, a warm-up prepares the body's cardiovascular system. It increases the heart rate and dilating blood vessels to the skeletal muscles. This allows the body to transport the nutrients muscles need for soccer activities. Warming up is beneficial for mental preparation because it provides an opportunity to clear the mind and focus on the task at hand and sets the tone for practices and games. Warm-ups should include dynamic locomotion that are similar to the types of movements performed in the activities that follow. In futsal, players move their entire bodies, so a thorough dynamic warm-up is important. Going through a variety of movement patterns will ensure that players are prepared and decrease the risk of injuries such as muscle pulls and strains. The following are examples of dynamic warm-up movement for futsal. A. Jumping jacks. This is a full-body warm-up. It stretches out and warms up your limbs and increases your heart rate. 1. Start with your feet together and your hands by your side. 2. Simultaneously you are going to jump, stretching your legs out to shoulder width apart or wider and bringing your arms up in the air. Your body should look like an X as you land. 3. Then you are going to jump again and land back in your starting position with your feet together and hands by your sides. B. Lunges. This targets your major muscles in your lower body. 1. Begin with your feet shoulder width apart and your toes facing forward. 2. Step forward with your right foot and bend your right knee until your left knee is touching the ground behind you. 3. Then bring your left foot forward in front of your right. Bend your knee until your right knee touches the ground. Tip: A. Remember to keep your back straight to ensure you have proper posture. Your head should be facing forward. You will be moving horizontally, so be sure you have room. B. Be sure you bend your knees, keep your head up, your shoulders back and relaxed. C. Make sure your feet are firmly planted before moving again to avoid tripping. C. High knees. Great to increase your heart rate and get your blood pumping while targeting your hamstrings. 1. Place your hands in front of your body at hip height or higher. 2. As you jog along you are going to bring your knees up to contact your palms. 3. Your steps should be small to ensure you are getting the height and not losing your balance. Tip: make sure your back is straight, your head is facing forward, and you aren't lowering your hands as you make contact with your knees. D. Alternating lateral lunge. 1. Start with your feet directly under your hips. Step your right foot wide to the side, coming into a lunge with your left fingers touching your right foot. Your right knee should not go beyond your right toes. 2. Push into your right foot to return to standing, then lunge sideways to the left to complete 1 rep. E. Walking knee hug. Targeting your lower muscles, particularly your hamstrings, and developing your balance. 1. Start with your feet apart. 2. As you go to take a step forward you raise your knee up to your hip height or higher. 3. Then you use your hands/arms to hug your knee and pull it in towards your belly or chest. This should not be painful. If it is, you are pulling in too far. Tip: remember to keep your head forward and your back straight. F. Running hip out. Jog in place 3 times, then stop and lift your R knee forwards. Rotate your knee to the side and put your foot down. Jog again in place 3 times, then stop and lift your L knee forwards. Rotate your knee to the side and put your foot down. Do the exercise 10 times per side. Important when performing the exercise. 1. Make sure that you keep your pelvis horizontal and your core still. 2. The hip, knee, and foot of the supporting leg should be aligned. 3. Do not let the knee of the supporting leg buckle inwards. G. Running hip in. Jog in place 3 times, then stop and lift your knee to the side. Rotate your knee forwards and put your foot down. Jog in place again and do the exercise on the other leg. Do the exercise 10 times per leg. Important when performing the exercise. 1. Make sure that you keep your pelvis horizontal and your core still. 2. The hip, knee, and foot of the supporting leg should be aligned. 3. Do not let the knee of the supporting leg buckle inwards. H. Lateral lunge windmill. Improve side-to-side movements and balance. 1. Spread legs approximately double shoulder width apart. 2. Your feet should be facing forward. 3. Shift your weight to your right side. This stretches out your left leg. 4. Your right knee should be bent at 90 degrees. Similar to a forward-facing lunge. 5. Take your left hand and place it on the floor on the inside of your right foot. 6. Twist your torso and reach to the sky with right hand. 7. Reverse your movements and repeat on the left. Remember, futsal skills such as dribbling, passing, controlling, shooting, and body control are essentials to be able to play the wonderful game. Warm-up exercise plays a vital role in preparing physiologically and mentally for the game or any task at hand. Aside from basic skills, a futsal player needs to have or develop a great capacity of intermittent endurance, repeated sprint ability, leg power, and agility. Futsal can be a great way to keep you fit and can be a great full-body workout. That's all for today's lesson. I hope you learned a lot. Keep learning. Be ready for an activity.